What up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the SATS show. Let's get this party started. It's Friday. Hope everybody's had a great week. There it is. We're here. We made it through the week. It's time. Captain Dan, what up? Let's go. Captain Dan, you and me. It's Friday. The week is done. Well, for most of us. You're working this weekend, Captain Dan? All right. So we're relaxing today. We are so close to 0.1 Bitcoin on our show stack that today I could easily be persuaded into. I should have smashed bought yesterday a little $200 stack, and we would have been at 0.1 Bitcoin by now before this last little pump. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do it today. We'll see. Based on chat, and it's not looking too good. All right. So today we're gonna talk about how saving in Bitcoin gains you purchasing power. So if you're new to the stream, hang out for that. We'll talk about that during the Why We Stack segment. And but before that segment, let's jump into the SAT strength. SAT strength. That's right, Captain Dan. It's true. It's true. All right, so today the price of Bitcoin is all the way up at $38,804. It's the highest it's been in about 2 years. Okay, so it's the highest it's been in about 2 years. It's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. That said, right now at that current price, you can buy. I'm gonna say only. You can only buy 2,577 Satoshis for a single dollar. There was a time during the show where we could buy 4,000 plus Satoshis per dollar. Those were the good old days. Will we ever have an opportunity like that again? Will Bitcoin ever come back down to 25,000, 20,000, 15,500, which is the lowest it went this year? It's crazy. Okay. Anyway, if you started stacking with us back in May, you're up over 40%, I think, or 30 or 40%. It's wild. Okay? All right. So, that said, it's important to highlight that a Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. 100 million Satoshis make one Bitcoin, just like 100 pennies make a dollar. So, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once. You can start slow. You can start small with a little savings stack here and there. Maybe once a week, maybe once a month, maybe every day. It's up to you. And whatever you feel comfortable with. But there it is. Today, you can buy 2,577 Satoshis for a single dollar. Or if you're walking down the street, minding your own business, you look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you could have 25 Satoshis. Oh my gosh. We used to be able to get 40 Satoshis. We were at 35, 37 Satoshis for a penny for such a long time. And just like that, we are now down to 25 Satoshis for a single penny. Why is it important to highlight this? It's important because this is showing you in not in real time, but like if you go back to our first episode and come back to this episode, you can see that we used to get a lot more Satoshis for a single dollar, right? So that tells you that the purchasing power of the dollar is going down. So you need more dollars to buy the same amount of Satoshis in the future. Okay. And today is the future for May. And next year will be the future from today. So if you stack sats now, your purchasing power will increase over time. Okay, that's what we're saying. Okay, that's a good segue. That's a good segue into why we stack. Okay, so as I was saying, as the money printers keep churning and the banks keep issuing debt, right now the banks issuing debt slowed down a little bit. It slowed down a little bit because they put the interest rate so high that nobody's asking for a loan because they don't want to pay that much in interest. But what's going to happen is as less and less people are in the market to buy homes, and as people lose their jobs, more homes are going to become available on the market. So the price of homes might start to drop, and then people are going to freak out because they're going to say, "Hey, why is the price of my home dropping so much? Something's wrong with the government." So they're going to blame it on the government, and the government's going to do what? The only thing they can do is start the money printers back up, lower the interest rate, or freeze or stop raising the interest rate, and then maybe even lower the interest rate, print a bunch more money, get the economy nice and high on the sugar rush of easy money, and all that money will flow back into the real estate. It'll flow back into the hard assets. It'll flow definitely into Bitcoin, and the people will be happy because the prices of their homes will start to go back up, and they'll vote for whoever's in office, right? That's how they do it. So either way, your Bitcoin stack is going to continue to appreciate, because if they print more money, or if they don't print more money, we're already beyond the point of no return when it comes to the national debt and the rate at which the money is losing value. Okay, we're already beyond the brink. Okay, we're already beyond the point. I forget what they call it when you're talking about space and black holes. There's a certain point when you get to it where you can never return because the gravity of the black holes got you, right? Interest rate for homes highest in 20 years, Captain Dan. See? Captain Dan gets it. Interest rate for homes highest in 20 years. And they're offering you 40-year mortgages. 40-year mortgage. You'll never be able to finish paying that home. And you're basically enslaving yourself to that property for the rest of your life. And in the end, you will have nothing. You won't own that property, because in the end, if there's no taxes getting paid on it, you basically have to give it up, or they come and get it from you, right? By contrast, if you save in Bitcoin, once your stash is safe and in your custody, nobody can come and take that from you at the end of the year, or when you pass, or when you give to somebody, when you inherit it to somebody, right? Or if you didn't want to inherit it to somebody, you can set up a trust that will use the future benefits of that Bitcoin that you stacked. That's representing the value of the work you did in your life. You set up a trust that was going to continue to do the work that you wish you could do when you're gone, to help whatever causes you feel passionate about, and that's amazing. Get stacked or stay slack. That's right. That's right. Old Man Bills BTC. Welcome to the stream. Choo! In here chilling with Captain Dan. Old Man Bills BTC. It's all right. Today's Friday. I'm gonna do a little bit longer show than usual, and lots of talking. So lots of talking. As you guys know, we have a Zoltar giving Zoltar Speaks, which is our resident mega bullish on Bitcoin fortune teller. So if you need to ask only the most important financial questions, okay? This is not, I'm just kidding. Make sure you trust the most important financial questions you have in your life to Boltar, the automated bot, super bullish Bitcoin fortune teller. Boltar Speaks. Exclamation point Boltar will get you access to him. All right. That said, that is why we stack. Oh, let's go. That's a good question. That's why we stack. So, let's talk about the topic of today, the subject line, which is saving in Bitcoin, saving in Bitcoin, and I should put save. I'm gonna change the title. Save in Bitcoin and gain purchasing power with real wealth building. Okay. So when we stack SATS, what did he say? Did he break? Boltar, I love Bitcoin. There he is. My sources say, oh, what? Boltar rip. Yeah, I need to update that. All right. That's so funny. When you're saving your it's an imaginary piggy bank. And you take your piggy bank and you're putting in dollars into your piggy bank, right? And your piggy bank's looking all anemic, right? Your piggy bank is showing like you can see its ribs through the skin of your piggy bank, and you keep putting dollars in there, and they keep shrinking, and your piggy bank is just still looking all emaciated because no matter how many dollars you put in there, no matter how much government money you put in there, it doesn't have to be dollars. It could be your local currency. It doesn't have to be in the U.S. But as you save in your local currency, your fiat money, your government issued money, backed by nothing but the authority of the government to tell you that it's worth something, right? Backed by the belief of people that it's worth something because the government told them it's worth something. Once you keep packing all those coins and all those bills into that piggy bank, and that piggy bank ain't getting any fatter, the value that the dollars or the value that currency you're putting into the piggy bank represents is infinitely shrinking, right? So as it's infinitely shrinking, your piggy bank is never going to grow. You're never going to get to your goal, right? But we contrast that with the piggy bank, and you're putting SATS in there. You're stacking Bitcoin. You're stacking Satoshis in your piggy bank. What's going to happen to your piggy bank? Your piggy bank is going to explode. It's going to explode with value, right? Because as you save in Bitcoin, the value that Bitcoin represents is going to keep growing over time because it's a scarcest thing there is, right? And so that's why I have the exploding big piggy bank in the thumbnail, because when you save in Bitcoin, your wealth increases, right? Your purchasing power increases. What up, J-Dub? Round of applause from the live studio audience for J-Dub. Happy Friday. Let's go. Welcome. We're talking about how saving in Bitcoin can blow up your piggy bank with the amount of value it represents, right? You're going to put some stuff, you're going to put $1,000 into your piggy bank, or you're going to put $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in your piggy bank. What's going to do better? The piggy bank with $1,000 is going to look all anemic and emaciated, and the piggy bank with the Bitcoin, it's going to just get plumper and plumper over time and bigger. And next thing you know, it's going to explode because it can't contain all of the purchasing power that you put into it or that it's built up. Boltar, who's the CEO of Bitcoin? How science pointing? Oh, Boltar's slipping over here. I need to take those default questions out. Don't invest in melting ice cubes, says J-Dub, and J-Dub is correct. Nice job. All right. So yesterday when Maddie was in here, we should have smash bought the $200 to get to 0.1 Bitcoin officially. It's exclamation point Boltar space and then your question, J-Dub. So you need an exclamation point before the B, no spaces. And then you put so exclamation point Boltar space and then ask your question, and Boltar will speak. Boltar speaks. If you guys don't know what Boltar speaks looks like, let me show you guys. Let me find him real quick. I've been putting up Boltar speaks memes on X, and I think you guys might enjoy them. I'll show you guys both. Oh, I need to put them on our stream too. On here we go. This is the perfect one. Boltar speaks. He says, "Your 401k is losing to inflation. Save in Bitcoin." Boltar has spoken. Boltar gets it. Bit Trio in the house. What up? Boltar sleeps. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Boltar speaks. SAT number go up is all that matters. Stack harder. Boltar looks like the genie guy in the machine. You put pennies in for fortune. Yeah, Captain Dan, guess what? I went to said machine last weekend. Or was it? Yeah, last weekend. And like you said, Boltar or the real, or what's his name? Zoltar ticket. Guess how much this Zoltar ticket cost me at a real Zoltar machine? Guess how much it cost me? In the chat, Captain Dan said it used to cost a penny. Yes, and I am wearing my Bitcoin Fix the Money, Fix the World wristband because, fix the money, fix the world. How much? Put in the chat. How much do you think this cost me? You go to the machine, you put your money in there, and it tells you your fortune. It's a robot. Very cool. Let me know in the chat how much you think it costs today, in today's money. How much does it cost in today's money, in dollars, to get one piece of advice from the Zoltar machine, and not one Bitcoin? Maybe it cost one Bitcoin. What was it 10 years ago? Now it cost me $1. $1. What's the percentage increase from 1 penny to $1? Right? That's crazy, right? I don't even know how to calculate that, because double is 100%, right? 100 times the cost from when the Captain Dan used to get these. When Captain Dan used to get these, this used to be a penny. Today, they're $1. How's that for inflation? 16 million sats, right? All right, so that is what we have for the. We're done with all the segments. We're just gonna jump into the. We're just talking now. We're just talking smack. Okay, so Friday, yeah, it's insane. But yeah, Zoltar speaks. Sorry, not Zoltar. Boltar speaks, because he's the most bullish of all fortune tellers. He's gonna tell you about Bitcoin, and I gotta remove his negative responses. I just don't know how to edit it so that if he asks something, it just depends. It's just the luck of the draw, right? It's just luck of the draw. But check it out. We'll analyze Boltar, and J-Dub and Matthew help me figure out what to put in his waistband right here. But we got the laser eyes at the Bitcoin. He's got his cold card storage device for his Bitcoin. It's not on an exchange. He's got self-custody. He's got a Satoshi necklace. He's got some diamond hands, because he buys but never sells, and that's what it is. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. All right. So, the topic that we talked about yesterday was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. But today we're gonna keep it extra. I mean, today it's super fun. Let's keep it extra light. It's Friday, you know. Keep it extra light. I was thinking, since let's do the stack recap, and I'll tell you guys the idea while I'm doing the stack recap. How's that? Let's see. Yes, we don't only talk about Bitcoin here. We also buy it during the. But let's cover our stack recap. This is where we cover the position, our sats, our bag for the show so far since May. We started buying Bitcoin here on the show live back in May 22nd. And we've been buying at $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day. We've even done a smash buy of $1,000 on episode 100. All that said, all of our purchases, I would say like 99% of our purchases have been done on stream, to show you that it's easy to stack sats if you just pick a time, pick a frequency, and pick an amount, and just go with it, right? Don't worry about the price of Bitcoin. Don't let the market maker manipulate you with greed and fear by spiking the price of Bitcoin and lowering the price of Bitcoin in the short term. In the long term, we know that it's going to keep going up forever, as long as the government keeps printing money and the banks keep issuing debt, right? It's an unlimited supply of dollars printing to infinity versus a scarce asset that is Bitcoin. Limited, capped. As the dollar debases, you're going to need more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Satoshis, aka fractions of a Bitcoin, aka Bitcoin. And so, that's what we do here. We stack sats regardless of the price. When the price goes up, we stack. Right? When the price goes down, we stack harder, because it means we get cheaper sats. Okay? In the long term, the price will go up. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet that loves Bitcoin and understands it. And I'm hoping that you can take a minute to share that with your friends and have a look. Just give Bitcoin a chance. Just give Bitcoin a second look, a first look. Okay? And you'll realize that inflation is theft, taxation is theft, and you should be saving in Bitcoin, but you should be preserving your purchasing power in Bitcoin. All right. Anyway, let's get in here. We are at 9.4 million Satoshis. Yesterday, we made the calculation that it would take a $200 smash buy to get us to 0.1 Bitcoin. And I think today's the day. I think today's the day. The StackSats show hits 0.1 Bitcoin. I should have done the smash buy yesterday when Matt suggested it, because that would have been up another 2% by now. But doesn't matter. We're gonna end today. We're gonna end today's show. We're not gonna end today's show. We're gonna make today's Friday show more significant by getting us to 0.1 Bitcoin. So based on my calculations yesterday, I would have had to make a $200 purchase to get to 0.1 Bitcoin. But now I'm gonna have to pay more, I think. Let me see. So I'm gonna do the math over here. I'm gonna do the math. There you go, 0.054 Bitcoin. Got it. Okay, that's what I need. Thanks for Bit Trio in the house. The resident math genius. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate that. Look at you looking ahead. This guy's a go-getter. This guy's a go-getter. Look at that. He anticipated my need and he filled it. That's the kind of value Bitcoiners provide. Thank you, Bit Trio. That was awesome. Okay, so that said, we know that today we need to stack at least 0.0054 Bitcoin. Okay, so let's see what price we get over at Swan. Here we go. Let's jump into it. All right, it's time to stack some SATS and get to 0.1 Bitcoin for the show, for the win on a Friday. Chilling with the gang. About to go crazy. About to smash by. Let me make sure I'm still logged in. About to smash by some SATS to get to 0.1 Bitcoin. There we go. How much do we need? I wish I could do it in SATS. Won't let me do it in SATS. Okay, so let me calculate it out in SATS, guys. Give me a second. Beep, bop, boop. Here. Let me see what price is going to give me so I can calculate it. It's going to say, hold on, give me a second, guys. 38,933 is what they're going to give me. Ugh. All right, that's fine. 38,933. 38,933 divided by $210.23. Let's do $211 to make sure that we get to 0.1 Bitcoin. Okay. See, yesterday I would have had it for $200. See what happens when you don't stack when you're supposed to. Yep. Thanks, B Trio. It's all right. We're gonna do a $210 stack to pay for. I wanted to do it today anyway, so it's better to do it today. $210 adding to the stack so we can get to 0.1 BTC. We're gonna buy it right now. You know what? I noticed that when we're doing this show, that's usually when Bitcoin is at the highest. I'm like watching the price. I'm like, hey, Bitcoin's pumping. Dang it, it's right before the show when I have to buy. So we've been buying the tops a lot, but it's okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go main. I'm gonna preview this buy. I'm going to take my screenshot here for my notes for the future. Control V. All right. So here we go. Today, we're buying. Oh, number, don't worry yet. $210 with the Bitcoin. It's going to cost us. Is that right? $210. Yeah. It's going to cost us $2.08 for the purchase. And let's see how it goes. It's gonna give us 53. Oh, that's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough. Wait. It's not gonna be enough. Cut that. Let's go back. It's not gonna be enough. We need to update the price. We need to buy at least $211. Let me preview this buy. Give me a second, guys. Because we need 0.54. Yeah, 0.54. Okay, this will give us 0.54. Okay. Whew. Almost blew it there, guys. Almost blew it. All right, updating my sheet. I think it just changed too. Save. Got that here. Yeah, there it is. So that'll give us 0.00542 something. Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. Spending $211. We're gonna pay $2.09 in fees to get the show stack up to 0.1 Bitcoin. Here we go. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. Oh, that's a good one. Smash buy. Let's go. 0.1 Bitcoin. Wow, that sounds crazy. Sounds crazy to say that. 0.1 Bitcoin. 10 million Satoshis coming right up. 10 million Satoshis. Not many people will be able to acquire that long term. That's so crazy, right? That is so crazy. It's true. Here it is. Just like that. We are at. The stack is on the way. And we have successfully stacked all the way to 0.1 Bitcoin. One day at a time with a couple of smash buys. I'm going to admit that. It's a couple of smash buys, right? That's exciting. A couple of smash buys. You know, it's attainable, guys. It's attainable. You know, sell some stuff. Sell the crap you don't need because it's just SATS sitting there. Put your laser eyes on and focus and look at all the things that are around you and that you don't use, right? Taking up space, right? You might have even gotten up at night to go to the restroom and stub your toe on something that you don't even need and you don't even use, right? And all you gotta do is get rid of that. You'll have a clear pathway to the restroom at night, and the value, the Satoshis that thing was holding hostage, can be in your Bitcoin stack, in your SAT stack. And when you do that, that value of that is going to grow up. That's the best part, right? That now it's no longer just some object on the floor blocking your way, messing with your life. It is an asset that is going to continue to gain purchasing power for you and make your life easier, make your life better, right? What else is there to say? If you're not convinced by that, I can't help you. I can't help you. You know what they say? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's a fact. Stubbed my toe on the dog last night. Get rid of him. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Just kidding. Don't get rid of your dog. A dog is another kind of investment, right? It's like a dog is like limitless love, and it's never gonna judge you. Okay? You can't put a price on that. Oh man, Bill's BTC. Okay? Don't sell your dog. That is hilarious. Oh, that's awesome. Yep. Limitless love without judgment. That is your dog. Okay? So take care of your pets. Take care of your pets, guys. Take care of your pets. That's so funny. Oh gosh. Okay. That said, let's update our stack. Let's go. It's exciting. All right. It's all right. Yeah, I'm getting a little hype, guys. This is exciting. Take a breath. Go take a breath. There we go. Today, December 1st. Oh yeah, happy December, guys. Happy December. Just like that, November came and went, and we're in December, and it's the last stretch of the year, last month of the year. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. 897. I hope that you guys have been stacking. I truly do. And I hope that your stack is getting fatter. And wait, 213 is what it cost me. That's what it cost me. Sorry, can't do two things at once. Okay. I hope your stack keeps growing. You know, and if you're not doing a daily stack, just stick to your schedule, whatever you're comfortable with, right? But the closer you get to 1 Bitcoin, the better. If you don't get to 1 Bitcoin, don't worry. You're still way ahead of the game. Like Bitrio was saying, it's going to be so difficult to accumulate even 0.1 Bitcoin in the future, right? So if you have any Bitcoin at all right now, you are ahead of the game, right? And you want to be ahead of the game. Most importantly, you want to be ahead of the ETFs, okay? Because let's talk about that a little bit. And I talked about this a little bit in the past, but I want to discuss that. But first, let's see what the 542,461 Satoshis did for our stack today. We are at, just like that, we smacked 0.1 Bitcoin for the show, and we are in the 10 million SATS club. As a group, as a club, as a show, we're at the 10 million SAT club. We're Deca millionaires, just like that, slow and steady. Yeah, right. Just like that, slow and steady. Slow and steady, guys. We don't want to win the race. We just want to have a nice. We just want to have a nice journey. We want to be in the race. We want to have a nice race. Okay. Just like that, we're in 0.1 BTC finally as a show. Like I feel like I've reached the top. Like this is my the highlight of my Bitcoin content creation journey. It's a big milestone. I joke, but it's significant to me. It's very cool. I realize that the audience is not huge, but hey, I know in my heart I've helped a ton of friends, a ton of family members to start thinking about Bitcoin, to start learning about Bitcoin, just to even hear me out about Bitcoin. And even orange pilled a ton of them and got them to start saving in Bitcoin, taking self-custody or taking custody. And it feels great because when I feel like in the future, when we look back on this age or this era, it's gonna be like, damn, dude, I wish people in the future might say, I wish somebody told me about this when it was 2023. I wish somebody told me about this back in December 2023, and nobody took the time to sit me down and say, hey, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. You're messing up, right? Nobody sat me down and took the time and told me that. Nobody loved me enough to tell me about Bitcoin, right? Tell your loved ones about Bitcoin, okay? I don't care if they get annoyed, okay? They're gonna be more annoyed with you in the future for not telling them, right? I mean, it's good all around, okay? Figure out what angle they prefer, or figure out what part of Bitcoin. What part of what Bitcoin does best complements what they're into, and explain it to them that way, right? Explain it to your audience the way they need to hear it. Okay. Anyway, this is a little positive encouragement. And if you don't want to do it, send them over here. I'll do it for you. Send them over here. I'll talk to them about the benefits of Bitcoin, right? Why they should stack, how they should do it. And you guys have seen the show for a while already. You guys understand that I'm not here to try to get somebody to buy some meme coin or invest in ordinals or or some kind of weird bait and switch or rug pull. I just want you guys to go and buy your own Bitcoin and take it into your own custody. Okay, just like that, because it's going to be better for you in the future. And anything else that I do with anything else that I do with my free time, besides of course hanging out with my kids and doing all that good stuff. Right now my kids are at school. I'm on my lunch break from work. I'm taking my time to try to get this message out, because I feel it's the best use of my time. Right? Think about that. Like, it's the best use of my life force, right? To help. It's the best thing I could do with my life force at this moment, right? To help other people, right? And so that's super cool. Like I'm not saying that's super cool of me. I'm saying that's super deep, right? Like Captain Dan knows, because Captain Dan met me through my other media creation endeavors. I have a spearfishing podcast. It's called the Spear Podcast. I spearfish. That's me. That's me with a cabrilla in Mexico. I shot it with a spear gun. And I was so into spearfishing. I loved it. I wanted to learn so much more about it. And so I created my own podcast called the Spear Podcast. You could probably find it on iTunes. You could probably find it on Spotify. It's called The Spear. It's a blue logo, and it's just as The Spear in white text. It was, the tagline was, where Spearos share insights, stories, and tips to help you on your spearfishing journey. That was the tagline of the show. And I wanted it to be a place where somebody that was getting into spearfishing could go and watch it and learn it and hear the stories and the ideas and the valuable, I guess, knowledge nuggets that I was getting to hear by getting access to interview people that were really good at spearfishing and that were like the best of the best in the field, right? I thought that was super cool. And then I kind of started getting opportunities to go places, and I wanted to branch into video. So I branched into video a little bit more. I got hooked on on kayak fishing of all things, right? And so I started to help people learn how to kayak fish. So my YouTube channel, I have another YouTube channel. It's called Roman Castro Vlog. I have a ton of videos on kayak fishing and helping people learn how to fish. Right? Teach a man to fish. No, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, fish him for a lifetime. Feed him for a lifetime. Right? I thought that was awesome. I was like, wow, I can learn to fish, be outside, enjoy the water that I love to be on. What up, Phil? Welcome, dude. Welcome to the stream. Shout out to Phil. I could be outside, enjoy the water I love to be on. I could catch fish, have a blast, make friends, and most importantly, make videos that teach people how to fish so that they don't have to deal with the people that are a-holes about, oh, that's my fishing spot. Oh, get off my lawn. No. My approach has always been, if you take and teach the beginners teach the new people to the field, to fishing, how to fish, how to do it properly, how to take care of their catch, how to respect the ocean, how to respect their fish, how to respect their catch, then you make every angler look better than if you try to misguide them and make them go down the wrong path or do something illegal for your entertainment. So that was the premise of that, dude. My YouTube channel there is it's at over 8,000 subscribers. But then it hit me. Yeah, I can teach people to fish. I can continue to teach people to fish. I can continue to make content about kayak fishing and fishing, or even spearfishing in the podcast. But teaching someone to fish and teaching them to spearfish, yeah, I'll feed them for a day or feed them for a lifetime, whatever. But it's not the same. It's not as big of a deal as it is for them to understand that they need to start saving in Bitcoin. Okay, so that's why I started to do this show instead, right? I still do a weekly show called the Fishy Hour, where I talk with my fishing friends and we talk about fishing. But it's more important to me to sit here talking to you three guys in chat and the people that are potentially going to watch this replay than it is to go and make content for my main channel that I have more subscribers for, right? My goal here is to help more people it's to be more helpful to people, right? So on the fishing content, it's teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, but teach a man about Bitcoin and you help his whole like lineage, right? So anyway, down the road, I think we'll eventually. Yes, Phil, I spearfish. That's me in the background with the Cabrilla in Mexico. I used to have a whole fishing podcast. I mean, it's still available. It's called the Spear Podcast. It's on iTunes and Shopify. No, not Shopify. Spotify. Then I also do a fishing YouTube channel, which is kayak fishing with my friends and stuff. And here around, it's called Roman Castro Vlog. So that's like where my bigger audience is. But I don't want to pound those guys over the head with Bitcoin content, even though I feel like I should, right? So slow and steady, I want to start get my chops up here, talking about Bitcoin with you guys and trying to spread the word. And then once I feel more comfortable, I'm gonna start pitching it to my regular audience over on my fishing channel. So be prepared, guys. I'll be doing live streams fishing for SATS. Yeah, I've even done under the sea stuff. Old Man Bill's BTC. Yeah, Captain Dan's, exactly. Yeah, Captain Dan's one of the smarter ones. I'm gonna say though. Exactly. I don't want them to say later that I didn't tell them. J-Dub, I've been sprinkling it in there, dude. You know, like I've been sprinkling it in there. I have a whole different Discord with like about 300 to 400 people in there where we just talk about fishing. And I have a little category in there called Bitcoin is Hope. And every day that I'm on here, I post it in there. So they can choose to ignore it, but it's there if they decide to hear me out. Okay, just tell you got a different channel to check it out. No pressure. Yeah, I did. I've done a couple of pretty hard pushes. So I think my next thing to do on the other channel is I'm gonna do what I used to do. I'm gonna get on my kayak, go out on the bay, and fish live. I used to live stream my fishing sessions, guys. It's crazy. I want to live stream my fishing session, and the whole time I'm live streaming my fishing sessions, I'm gonna be talking about Bitcoin. And if anybody asks me a fishing question, I'll answer it. But then I'm gonna go back to talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, Old Man Bill BTC is correct. Yes, Bitcoin is a choice, but if you've never heard of it or you've been like I guess black pilled, then you don't think it is a choice. Also, if you don't understand the problem, then how can you make a choice, right? That's the thing that sucks, right? That's the thing that sucks. It's like you're in the we were all in the matrix so hard that at one point, like the when Bitcoin finally stuck with me, it wasn't the first time I heard about Bitcoin. You know, like I probably heard about Bitcoin. I can't remember what year I probably heard about Bitcoin. I thought it was crazy, right? I wish I would have known. I wish I would have taken the more time to study it, but I didn't, right? But more touches the better, right? Just gotta keep consistent. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna do that, J-Dub. Live stream fishing session. When did you buy your first SAT? Ooh. I would say like mid through the pandemic. Because midway through the pandemic, I started. I don't know. Probably midway to the pandemic. What was the question? What was it? Oh yeah, I missed the question. Yeah, midway through the pandemic, and yeah, dude. I had all of the editing equipment. Had a nice computer to edit my videos for fishing, right? And I had another computer that I had just built out for gaming because I was playing Warzone with my friends online. So I wanted to have a nice rig. And so I had two computers with pretty decent graphics cards. And that was during the heyday of towards the end of Ethereum mining. So I'm one of those guys. I was like, oh my gosh, you can make money by just running your computer and it's paying more than my electricity bill. Hey, I'm gonna go print some money. So I was mining Ethereum like towards the end of the pandemic. I said the word. Dang it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And so I started buying a bunch of graphics cards. And by the time that the Ethereum mining ended, I had about, I don't know, 24. No, not 24. 12, like about 14 or 15 graphics cards that I was running. And so when that died, I was like, oh my god, I can't mine Ethereum anymore. What am I gonna mine? So I started messing around looking for different coins to mine. And in that search, I realized like, hey man, all of these coins are kind of trash. It's kind of, you know, you're like, how can I make these? Because how can I make these graphics cards mine Bitcoin directly or something? Like I didn't understand the difference between Bitcoin at that point. Like I had consciously blocked out looking into Bitcoin, thinking that it was like old tech, right? And I was like, no, that's old tech. You know, it's the newer stuff is Ethereum or whatever it is, or whatever the next thing was. I can mine it. I can make money with graphics cards. That was my initial push. Is I can make extra money with graphics cards, right? I can turn sunshine into money, right? And so eventually I realized that all those coins are going to zero. And the big aha for me was, hey, all of a sudden Ethereum can decide to take their coin from proof of work, where you need miners to process the transactions, to proof of stake, where you have to have 36 ETH in order to be a validator, right? And I was like, that's weird. Like they could just change the rules on you like that. So I'm left with a bunch of hardware that I can't use anymore unless I go mine another weird coin, right? And no other weird coin was paying enough. So in a way, the best thing that Ethereum ever did for me to turn me into a Bitcoiner was end proof of work. Because then I decided, you know what? Let's look into this Bitcoin stuff after all. So I started looking into it, and I don't know if I actually started looking into it, or if like maybe the YouTube algorithm caught me in like in my search for crypto content. I got like suggested maybe a Sailor video where he's getting interviewed by, he's like a Russian interviewer. I think he's in America. He's in America, but he's like I forget his name. He's into MMA. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it's basing on his name. Anyway, this guy interviews people in depth. He's interviewed some pretty significant people, and so I've watched some of his interviews with other guests, and so I was familiar with Lex. Thanks, Old Man Bills BTC. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Yeah, Lex. And I'd watched some of Lex's other interviews, and like with and I was like, okay, well that's cool. I guess let's hear it. I don't know if it might have been like I finished watching a video and the Lex interview with Sailor played like as like auto suggested, but then I started listening to it and I was like, holy smokes, what's this guy talking about? Who's this dude? And slow and steady, dude. Like I got sucked in. And I was like, oh man, this is pretty crazy. And then I thought to myself, holy smokes, I need to turn everything I've mined. I need to turn everything I've mined into Bitcoin. So I took all of my ETH that I'd mined and I converted it to Bitcoin and got rid of all my poop coins except for Cardano that I had a good stash of. Had a good stash of Cardano, and not like huge, right? But significant. It was my most significant bag at the time, so I thought the Cardano was gonna be cool, and held it pretty long. Held it. I think I got it like at 230, and it just, you know, went to a shoe bag, right? And I cut my losses on that, turned that into Bitcoin as well, whatever was left, and I just keep stacking, you know, like you think about all the effort of doing research on altcoins and all that stuff, and you think, oh man, and in the end, if you mess with those altcoins, you're still gonna get screwed because it could change the rules on you. So that was like a big lesson for me. Thank God I didn't go through a huge loss like some people have had to to learn that lesson of poop coins. No, it's Bitcoin, not crypto. Because I've heard some crazy stories of people seeing like gains in a altcoin and then going all in and then getting rugged, and then it's like you're turned off to all crypto and Bitcoin when something like that happens, right? So I kind of lucked out that I didn't go all in on that. So anyway, once I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay. I see all these crypto trading guys that are on here, you know, making gains and flipping Bitcoin and trading altcoins and making all this extra money. Oh my gosh, hang on, let me make sure this is not a copyright strike music. There we go. I see all these people in here trading, making gains, 10xing, 20xing, 100xing with altcoins. I'm like, wow, that looks awesome. I could do that. I could do that too. So I went through my trading phase, right? My trading phase, and learned all the different patterns. Learned to do like what's it called? Trade analysis, TA, right? Or technical analysis. On the what is it called? On the charts and stuff. And following all the trading gurus and even paid for a few months of a trading guru that who will not be mentioned, so I can get into like a specific part of their Discord and learn how they trade and all this stuff, right? And some people made money, I guess, but it didn't. It wasn't working for me. I mean, we were just too dumb, right? So I was like, you know what? The money I spent on the fees or the tuition to be in this group, plus the money I've lost in the market, in the learning process. I get it. You should expect to lose as you're learning. But I was like, dude, I don't want to sit here at the chart and get up at a certain time to wait for something to happen to make sure that you can be in a trade or not in a trade at a certain time. Constantly looking at the charts, constantly watching to make sure that you're not, you know, that you're trading all the time, basically, right? That's why when I say buy Bitcoin, take self custody, and get on with your life, it's because it's for that trading. It's for that trading history or for that trading experience, where like you're chained to the computer screen because you might be in a trade. And you might be under on a trade and you can't get out of it, and you need to decide, am I gonna get out now, or am I gonna let it go and it might get even more loss? So in the end, I realized on my own and thankfully without too much loss, that trading Bitcoin is a sucker's move. You know, it's like one person against a whole industry with AI and tons of money, right? There's no way you can beat that. You're not going to beat that. Okay. So I realized that real quick. And I was like, all right, that's not the way. That is not the way. And then eventually, I found my way to like more Bitcoin centric, Bitcoin maxi content, and started to understand even more. Then I was like, all right. Let's check out this Bitcoin Standard book after all. So I listened to the Bitcoin Standard, got my mind blown away, and yeah, that's pretty much my orange pill story, I guess. It's pretty wild, but yeah. So I came for the number go up, but stayed for the revolution. And now I want to promote the revolution. I want to promote the journey to other people. So that's my story. Bolts are freaks. Oh, he did. I must have a typo on one of the things. That's funny, dude. That's so funny. All right. Well, that said, it's been a great Friday. We've stacked. We've got ourselves to 0.1 Bitcoin in the show stack. Can you believe we are more than halfway to BTC all-time high? And it's not even 2024 yet. Let's go. Yeah, feels right, guys. Feels right. We gotta get out there, sell stuff, stack some more sats. We're not at all-time high yet. It's just the beginning. When we get to all-time high, it's gonna go ballistic. And yeah, that's regardless of whether the ETF gets approved. But if the ETF gets approved, or when the ETFs get approved, it's game over. You can still stack, but you won't get as many sats per dollar. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday for another episode of the Stack Sats Show. And remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking.